Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 1. The Whispers of the Aurora. Under the starlit sky, dragons and humans rejoiced, their voices weaving a harmonious melody. The ember throne illuminated, embodying unity. The legacy of the Dragonfire Ascension, igniting their bond, thrived in that moment. It was clear to all that their shared destiny was beginning to unfold. Aiden spent his days under the watchful eye of Master Forgewright, shaping iron and steel, crafting everything from horseshoes to the occasional sword. To the townsfolk, Aiden was merely an ordinary youth, covered in soot and sweat. But the Aurora, the Northern Lights, seemed to see something more. One cold evening, while Aiden was locking up the smithy, he was captivated by the Aurora's enchanting glow. Its colors of green, purple, and blue shimmered and seemed to reach out to him, humming a melody that touched something deep within his soul. He heard whispers, soft, persistent whispers. Aiden felt an unexpected connection, as if the lights were a part of him. Night after night, he found himself drawn to the Aurora, listening to their silent stories, feeling their otherworldly energy pulse through him. Then the dreams began. In his dreams, Aiden saw a world unlike any other, creatures made of stardust, castles floating among clouds, rivers of moonlight, and himself standing in the midst of it all, holding a mirror that reflected not his face, but the essence of the Aurora. Each time he awoke, he was left with a profound sense of longing and a voice echoing in his mind. Find the mirror. One day, driven by intrigue and bewilderment, Aiden ventured into his family's attic, rummaging through dusty trunks. His mother had been fond of collecting oddities. Her mysterious past was something she took to the grave, leaving behind a trove of unusual trinkets. Aiden found a mirror wrapped in an old cloth, its glass shattered into countless fragments. Each piece, though broken, was smooth and emitted a soft, ethereal glow, much like the Aurora. The whispers grew clearer, more urgent, as he held the pieces. Gazing into the fractured reflection, Aiden sensed that his life was on the brink of an unprecedented change. This was no ordinary mirror, an ancient artifact, part of his lineage he hadn't known, a key to his latent powers and the answers he sought. An exhilarating mix of fear and excitement surged through Aiden as he vowed to uncover the mysteries of the mirror, and so his magical journey began. As days turned into nights, Aiden was drawn deeper into the enigma of the shattered mirror. He spent his days hammering away in the blacksmith's forge, and his nights laboring over the artifact, trying to decipher its secrets. The fragments were like pieces of an intricate puzzle, and the whispers from the Aurora guided his hand, heart, and thoughts as he attempted to put the mirror back together. Each shard held a peculiar, mesmerizing beauty, much like the Northern Lights themselves. As Aiden brushed his fingers over them, he felt the raw energy pulsating beneath his fingertips, resonating with his heartbeat. The sensation was unfamiliar, yet strangely comforting, like an echo from a past life or a promise of a destiny yet to unfold. While Lumen slept, unaware of the magic unfolding in Aiden's small attic, the young blacksmith worked tirelessly to piece together the shards. His diligence brought mysterious visions, glimpses of lost histories. He saw a castle in the clouds, a maiden with silver hair, a tree of pure crystal, and himself crowned in moonlight, each image part of a larger puzzle. His dreams were filled with the same strange and wonderful images, further blurring the lines between reality and the world beyond the mirror. Each morning, he woke with his heart pounding in excitement, eager to continue exploring the shattered mirror and its cryptic messages. One night, as Aiden carefully positioned another shard into the mirror, a pulse of energy surged through him. His heart raced as the fragments began to glow, casting an ethereal light throughout the attic. The whispers of the Aurora grew louder, wrapping around him in a gentle, melodious lullaby, almost as if they carried words of encouragement. "Embrace your destiny, son of Aurora," the voices whispered, echoing through the stillness of the quiet night. Aiden felt an exhilarating surge of purpose, a deep knowing that his life was about to change forever, and nothing would ever be the same again. With newfound determination, Aiden resolved to mend the shattered mirror and uncover the secrets it held. He knew he was embarking on a path fraught with mystery and danger, but the whispers of the Aurora, now a constant companion in his dreams and waking moments, filled him with hope and courage. As dawn broke, painting the skies with hues of gold and pink, Aiden found himself standing at the precipice of a grand and wondrous adventure. The humble blacksmith of Lumen was no more. In his place stood Aiden, the chosen son of the Aurora, the keeper of the shattered mirror, and the hero that destiny awaited. With the mirror fragments securely wrapped and tucked away, he stepped out of the attic and into a world brimming with endless possibilities. The whispers of the Aurora filled his mind with visions of distant lands, untold stories, and forgotten secrets waiting to be uncovered. The path ahead was laden with uncertainty and danger, yet Aiden's heart swelled with hope and determination. He knew there would be trials to test his newfound abilities and unbreakable spirit, but visions of majestic creatures, floating castles, and rivers of liquid moonlight fueled his resolve. Each step into the unknown filled him with anticipation, urging him on. The melody of the Aurora echoed softly in his ears, a constant reminder of his destined journey. Aiden's adventure had just begun, and with every step he came closer to unveiling the ancient secrets of his heritage and embracing the hero he was meant to be. The future lay before him, vast and beautiful, like the Aurora itself, and he was prepared to embrace it fully, ready to face whatever lay ahead. With courage in his heart and the Aurora's light guiding him, Aiden moved forward, each step echoing the promise of greatness yet to come. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 2, The Fragmented Reflection. After his life-changing night in the attic, Aiden awoke with sharper awareness. The rustle of leaves, the distant chirping of birds, the rhythmic pounding from the blacksmith's forge, every sound of Lumen seemed heightened, each detail more vivid. Amidst this amplified orchestra of life, Aurora's mystical whispers continued to guide him. Balancing daily duties and a magical quest was challenging. Master Forgewright was stern, valuing hard work and discipline. Aiden couldn't afford any slip-ups. Each hammer swing became a step closer to uncovering the mirror's mysteries. Every spark seemed to hint at a secret waiting to be revealed. He felt the pressure mounting. As night approached, Aiden retreated to his world in the attic, the broken mirror beckoning like a lighthouse in the dark. The mirror, though fragmented, hummed with anticipation, eager to reveal its secrets. Aurora's whispers intensified, their timeless melodies guiding his hands with purpose. The shards responded, aligning under his careful touch, each fragment like a note in a symphony building towards its climax. Yet, for every shard that fit perfectly, others resisted, refusing to rejoin the mirror's surface, as if they held secrets they weren't ready to reveal. He remained undeterred. Puzzled, Aiden studied the rebellious fragments. They appeared duller, their glow weak and sporadic. He picked one up, and an icy jolt surged through him. His vision blurred, revealing a towering fortress of dark, starlit stone. He heard the cry of a distant, unseen beast, the clash of metal on metal, and a bone-deep chill of fear washed over him. Aidan snapped back to reality, gasping for breath. The attic looked the same, illuminated by the soft glow of the partially restored mirror. The vision's echoes stayed with Aidan. The starlit fortress, with its menacing aura, seemed to bear a warning he couldn't dismiss. He realized the mirror held secrets beyond his ancestry. It wasn't just a relic of his past, it was a map to realms yet undiscovered, each shard marking a path he was bound to follow, a journey that awaited him with mysteries untold. Aidan's days slipped into a steady rhythm. By day, he worked under Master Forgeright's watchful eye, moulding stubborn metal into practical shapes. Each hammer strike grounded him, yet his mind drifted to the shards of the mirror that wouldn't fit. The haunting vision left a deep unease, as if something was taking root within him. At night, he found solace. The nights became an escape, a time to lose himself in his magical world, where the whispers of the Aurora were his only companion, reminding him of the journey ahead. But every time he held the resistant mirror shards, the vision of the starlit fortress would return, painting his dreams with shadows and filling the nights with echoes of battles. Despite their haunting nature, the visions provided crucial clues, drawing Aidan deeper into the mystery. The fortress, cloaked in night and illuminated by stars, beckoned him to uncover its secrets. Aidan speculated about the fortress's connection to the mirror's origin, wondering if it was a powerful place where the mirror had once been whole and its magic unchallenged. The next evening, as Aidan examined the faintly glowing shards, his fingers traced the jagged edges, feeling the pulsating energy. He arranged them on the floor, forming the outline of the fortress as he saw it in his visions. Each piece seemed to tell a part of a larger story, one that was slowly coming together, piece by piece. Aidan's heart raced with anticipation and fear. The mystery of the mirror was unfolding before him, revealing not just glimpses of other realms, but perhaps also the destiny of his own lineage. The weight of his heritage felt both exhilarating and daunting. What secrets did the mirror hold about his ancestors? What had they known about the Aurora and the magical forces now intertwined with his own fate? As these thoughts swirled in his mind, another vision struck him, more vivid than any before. The woman of unearthly beauty appeared again, her midnight blue eyes deeper than the darkest ocean. Her presence was both a comfort and a mystery, her connection to his destiny undeniable. She seemed to be waiting for him, somewhere beyond the known boundaries of Lumen, beyond the realms of his understanding. Aidan sat back, the dim light of the attic enveloping him. The journey ahead was clear yet clouded with unknowns. He was no longer just a blacksmith. He was a seeker of truths, destined to explore beyond the confines of his world. The mirror, with its incomplete image and aura, was his guide to a past intertwined with magical destinies and ancient wars. He knew he must pursue this path, wherever it might lead, to the fortress of shadows, to the woman of stars, to the destiny that called him. The following weeks saw Aidan working tirelessly. The visions inspired him, fueling his determination. He knew the path ahead was filled with unknown perils, but he also knew he wasn't alone. The mysterious woman, the Aurora, and the mirror were with him, guiding him through the labyrinth of his lineage. In the quiet town of Lumen, unbeknownst to the oblivious villagers, a young blacksmith was embarking on a magical journey, led by an ancient mirror and the enigmatic whispers of the Aurora. As the last shard of the night found its place in the mirror, Aidan steeled himself for the adventure that lay ahead. It was time to step into the world that had so far existed only in his dreams. It was time to confront the shattered mirror's prophecy. With each passing day, Aidan felt the weight of his destiny grow heavier, but it also filled him with a sense of purpose he had never known. The mysterious woman, the Aurora, and the mirror were his guiding lights, illuminating the path through the labyrinth of his lineage. As he prepared to leave the familiar comforts of Lumen, he knew the journey would test his resolve. But he was ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. The forge had shaped his hands, but now the mirror would shape his soul. Aiden took a deep breath, the whispers of the Aurora echoing in his ears, and stepped into the unknown, ready to uncover the truths that awaited him. Aurora Chronicles: The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 3: The Fae of the Midnight Sun. As dawn broke, the Aurora's whispers softened, allowing Aiden to refocus on his duties. Master Forgewright had noticed his apprentice's mind wandering during labor, his usually steady hands faltering at times. Aiden, however, managed to avoid questions with deftly crafted excuses of fatigue and sleepless nights. The rhythm of his hammer striking the anvil, the forge's fiery sparks, all began to take on a different meaning for Aiden. Each echo and spark felt like an affirmation of the dual life he now led, a humble blacksmith by day and a nascent sorcerer by night. Unbeknownst to him, his destiny was unfolding. The change came on an ordinary day. The sun was setting, casting long shadows over Lumen. As Aiden was cleaning up the smithy, a customer walked in. She entered silently, almost imperceptibly, but Aiden sensed a shift in the room's energy, a chill running down his spine. The woman was petite, with a cascade of silvery hair that gleamed in the twilight. Her eyes, like pools of moonlight, sparkled with a mischievous glow, and she carried an air of ethereal beauty, starkly contrasting the grimy surroundings of the blacksmith's shop. "I require a unique item," she said, her voice a melodious whisper that seemed eerily familiar. Quickly, she drew out a piece of parchment and handed it to Aiden. On it was a sketch of a pendant, its design resembling the shape of the Aurora, and at its heart was an empty spot, just the right size for a mirror shard. Aiden's heart raced. Could she know about the mirror? He masked his shock and agreed to make the pendant, promising it would be ready in a few days. She thanked him, leaving as quietly as she'd come, a lingering air of mystery trailing in her wake. He wondered who she really was and what her story might be. That night, in the quiet of his room, Aiden scrutinized the parchment. The pendant's design was unmistakably linked to his fate. The depiction of the Aurora was too precise to be a coincidence. The puzzle pieces were coming together, and he felt an exhilarating mix of anticipation and trepidation. The northern lights painted the sky, their celestial beauty accompanied by louder whispers. The Aurora glowed vibrantly, more so than Aiden recalled. Holding a rebellious shard, a vivid vision appeared, again the starlit fortress. This time, a silver-haired woman stood at the gates, moonlit eyes meeting his, her pendant glowing in unison with his. The vision faded, but the message was clear. The mysterious woman was an ally. As the Aurora's whispers lulled him to sleep, Aiden knew he'd soon embark on an adventure beyond Lumen, led by the light of the Aurora and the midnight sun's fae. In the following days, Aiden dedicated himself to crafting the pendant. The forge, which had once been a symbol of his ordinary life, now served as a beacon, guiding him towards his extraordinary destiny. With each stroke of his hammer, he felt closer to the path the Aurora had laid out for him. As he worked, the visions from the mirror fragments became more frequent and intense. He saw realms bathed in eternal twilight, celestial beings with wings of stardust, and creatures of the night with eyes glowing like the Aurora. But at the center of it all was always the mysterious woman, her eyes reflecting his own destiny back at him. Finally, after days of meticulous work, The pendant was complete. Aiden held it in his hands, its intricate design radiating a soft, ethereal glow that mirrored the aurora. A sense of certainty filled him, the whispers of the aurora echoing in approval. On a cool, starlit evening, the woman returned, her presence ethereal as the night. Aiden's eyes glimmered as he revealed the pendant, which made her smile in delight. But it was the moment when Aiden fitted the mirror shard into the heart of the pendant that brought true wonder. A wave of magic cascaded through the room, the shard glowing in rhythm with the aurora through the window. The woman then introduced herself as Lyra, a fae from the Midnight Sun realm. She explained that she had been sent by her realm's guardians, drawn to Lumen by the energy released when the mirror began awakening. Lyra described the starlit fortress Aiden had seen in his visions as the core of her realm, a place where the mirror was once whole and immensely powerful. But a great beast had shattered it, scattering the fragments throughout the different realms, leaving chaos and turmoil in its wake. As a descendant of the mirror's original guardians, Aiden was chosen by the Aurora to restore it and bring harmony to the realms. He was, as Lyra put it, the Aurora's chosen. Aiden was stunned by Lyra's revelations, but a deep sense of purpose welled up within him. He knew then that his life as a simple blacksmith was over. A greater calling awaited him, a destiny intertwined with celestial magic and ancient prophecies. Lyra left that night, but not before giving Aiden a shard identical to those he possessed. "This is the beacon. When you're ready to step into our realm, hold it and call my name. I'll guide you, Aurora's chosen," she said, her voice a solemn vow on the silent night. As Aiden stood alone in the now quiet smithy, the reality of his journey started sinking in. The whispers of the Aurora, Lyra's words, and the beacon shard in his hands solidified his resolve. A new day dawned for Aiden, marking the beginning of his real journey. The humble blacksmith from Lumen was unaware that his destiny would soon intertwine with Lyra, the mysterious fae of the Midnight Sun. Together, they were poised to embark on an adventure that would transcend worlds and challenge the boundaries of time itself. This was just the beginning of the Aurora Chronicles, a story not yet fully written, waiting for its place among the stars, its echoes destined to shape realms unknown. Aurora Chronicles: The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 4: Voyage to the Midnight Sun. After bidding farewell to his simple life in Lumen, Aiden embarked on a journey filled with mystery, danger, and adventure. The shard given by Lyra, the beacon, lay heavy in his pocket, pulsating with the whispers of the Aurora. As night fell, he glanced back at the forge, its embers flickering like the dreams he had nurtured there. It was time to step into the world beyond, into the realm of the Midnight Sun. Aiden clutched the beacon shard and called Lyra's name. A surge of energy swept him off his feet, blurring the world around him. His heart pounded as a whirlwind of colors engulfed him. He felt like he was soaring through the night sky, the stars his companions and the aurora his guide. After what felt like an eternity, Aiden landed on soft grass beneath a twilight sky. He stood in a world where the northern lights blazed more vividly than anything he had seen. Tall silver trees surrounded Aiden, their leaves shimmering with a soft bioluminescent glow, and the air thrummed with a melody that seemed to embody the magic of the realm itself. Lyra stepped gracefully from behind a glowing tree, her smile warm beneath the ethereal light. "Welcome, Aurora's chosen," she said, extending her hand to help him rise. Her voice was soft, yet it carried a weight that reminded Aiden of the purpose behind his journey. The realm of the Midnight Sun was breathtaking. Twilight lingered endlessly, a perfect equilibrium between day and night. In the distance, the starlit fortress from Aiden's visions stood in majestic splendor, its dark stones glistening under the celestial dance of lights above. Magic pulsed through everything here, from the smallest blade of grass beneath Aiden's feet to the tallest tower of the fortress that beckoned him closer. Lyra guided Aiden through a labyrinth of glowing trees and shimmering streams. The realm's creatures watched with curiosity, their glowing eyes tracking every move. Aiden marveled at the fantastical beings around him, unlike anything he had ever seen. At the fortress, Lyra turned to Aiden, her eyes mirroring the grandeur of the starlit fortress. "This is the heart of our realm, the castle of the midnight sun. It was here the mirror was kept, and here you will learn to control the powers bestowed upon you," she said, her voice echoing through the silent night. Up close, the castle was awe-inspiring, pulsating with life. Its towers reached for the stars, its foundations rooted in magic-infused soil. The castle felt like an integral part of the realm. A soft glow emanated from its stones, breathing magic. Aiden sensed a connection to it, a belonging both comforting and intriguing. He felt the castle calling to him. Inside the castle of the midnight sun, Aiden found a world as fascinating as the realm outside. Long, winding corridors adorned with celestial murals, chambers filled with ancient scrolls and books, and rooms that seemed to resonate with potent magical energy. As Lyra guided him through the fortress, Aiden felt an increasingly strong connection with the place, like the final piece of a puzzle fitting into its rightful place. Lyra led him to a vast, circular chamber. At its heart was a large stone pedestal, where a mirror identical to Aiden's, albeit larger, stood intact. The mirror shimmered under the ethereal light, casting a soothing glow around the room. It felt alive, thrumming with energy Aiden recognized as similar to his fragmented mirror. "Every fragment you hold was once part of this mirror," Lyra said, gesturing at the majestic artifact. "Handle them with care. Each piece carries a sliver of our realm's magic and a portion of the great beast's curse. The visions you experience are echoes of the past and glimpses of the future that your lineage has been entrusted to amend." Lyra went on to explain that the mirror served as a conduit between realms, its power coming from the very heart of the Aurora itself. When the mirror was shattered, the balance between the realms was disrupted, leading to chaos and discord. As the Aurora's chosen, Aiden was destined to restore this balance, starting with the reunification of the mirror shards. Days turned into weeks as Aiden began his training under Lyra's tutelage. He learned to channel the mirror's energy, decipher the whispers of the Aurora, and understand the visions the shards showed him. The humble blacksmith was evolving, the flames of the forge replaced by ethereal flames of ancient magic. Each day he grew stronger. Aiden learned about the beast that shattered the mirror, a creature spawned from the darkest edges of Aurora's light. It sought control over the mirror's power, aiming to reshape the realms to its desire. Though weakened when the mirror was shattered, it was not defeated. Now it was up to Aiden to vanquish the beast, end the cycle of chaos, and restore balance to the fractured world. Aiden found comfort in the midnight sun, despite the burden of his fate. His connection with Lyra deepened, their destinies intertwined as they embraced their shared mission together, hope burning bright. Beneath the twilight sky, amidst glowing magical flora, and within the stone walls of the starlit fortress, Aiden was changing. No longer just Aurora's chosen, he was becoming a warrior, a sorcerer, a beacon of hope for realms he was only starting to grasp. His journey had begun, but destiny awaited. Aiden felt an undeniable shift within himself as the days passed. A new purpose and unwavering resolve taking hold. Each day brought him closer to his destiny, preparing him to face whatever awaited. His journey to the Midnight Sun wasn't just a physical crossing of realms, it was an inner journey of self-discovery and awakening. The shattered mirror had set him on a fated path, one he was determined to follow, regardless of where it led. He embraced both the challenges and the revelations that lay ahead, ready for everything to come. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 5, Echoes of the Aurora. Under Lyra's guidance, Aiden delved deeper into the intricate magic and intuition that connected the mirror's shards. The Aurora's whispers transformed from indistinct murmurs into articulate voices, each carrying tales of the past and foretelling future events. Aiden was deciphering the language of the Aurora, the sacred code interweaving every thread in the vast tapestry of the realms. In the midst of an intense training session, a vision enveloped Aiden, more vivid than any he had experienced. He found himself on the brink of a desolate landscape, a realm shattered and fragmented. He recognized it as another shard of the Great Mirror, a realm torn apart by the beast's wrath. Aiden saw the beast for the first time, a monstrous blend of shadows and stardust looming before him. Its cold, cruel eyes burned with an eerie light, filling him with an unsettling sense of dread. The beast was a twisted form of the Aurora, a grotesque shadow of its former grace. Once a celestial being, woven from the Aurora's threads, darkness had turned it monstrous. Where it once radiated light and harmony, now there was only a void of malice, an insatiable hunger beyond control. It was tragic. Aiden shivered, a deep chill running through him as he faced the creature. The true enormity of his mission hit him. It wasn't just about gathering the mirror shards. He had to confront this beast and end its dark reign. He was more than the Aurora's chosen. He was the last hope, the beacon standing between all the realms and their impending doom. Awakening from the vision, Aiden hurried to find Lyra. She was already beside him, eyes filled with concern. He described the destruction, the beast, and the looming threat. "This is where we must go next," he declared, his voice resolute, brimming with fate. Lyra met his gaze, her eyes mirroring his resolve. "We've prepared for this, Aiden," she said, her hand resting gently on his shoulder. "No matter what happens, we'll face it together." Aiden felt destiny's weight as he prepared for the journey. Calmness settled over him. His training with Lyra and the whispers of the Aurora had led him here, making him feel ready for what lay ahead. The moment had finally come, and Aiden embraced it fully. In the dim chamber of the starlit fortress, Aiden and Lyra faced the towering mirror. Aiden took a deep breath and extended the shard, feeling a surge of energy as it resonated with the mirror, pulsing in colors akin to the Aurora. The mirror's surface rippled like water, unveiling a pathway, a shimmering portal leading to the devastated realm Aiden had seen in his vision, its haunting sight coming to life before them. Lyra squeezed his hand as they stepped into the mirror, leaving the safety of the midnight sun behind. As they crossed the threshold, Aiden felt a surge of power coursing through him. The whispers of the Aurora were louder here, echoing urgency and peril. Yet, beneath it all, Aiden sensed a glimmer of hope, a beacon in the darkness, guiding him on his quest. As they arrived in the shattered realm, a scene of harrowing desolation greeted Aiden and Lyra. The once vibrant realm was now a wasteland, its essence drained and life extinguished. The sky was stormy grey, devoid of the lights of the Aurora. In the distance, amidst a labyrinth of ravaged buildings and scorched earth, lay the shards of the Great Mirror, pulsating with a dim, desperate light. Every step they took was a reminder of the devastation the beast had wrought, and a testament to the urgency of their mission. Amidst the despair, Aidan sensed something more, an undercurrent of resistance. Whispers of strength and resilience echoed through the scattered shards, hinting at the possibility of hope despite everything. Despite the realm's ruin, its link to the Aurora remained. Each mirror shard held hope, pockets of resistance preserving remnants of the realm's magic. They called to Aidan, their voices blending with the Aurora's whispers, guiding him to them, urging him to reclaim what was lost and restore the fading light of his shattered world. Aidan and Lyra navigated the labyrinthine ruins, following the echoes of the Aurora and the pulse of mirror shards. They saw remnants of majestic creatures, now mere shadows of their past selves, their life force fading. The sight was sobering, igniting a stronger resolve within them to press on. They knew the journey was far from over. After days of searching, they found the first shard. As Aidan touched it, a rush of energy flowed into him. He was pulled into another vision, this time of the realm before its fall, a memory etched into the shard. It was a place of harmony and beauty, a vibrant testament to the Aurora's magic. This vision instilled in Aidan a deep sorrow for the loss, but also a renewed determination to restore what had been broken. Weeks passed as Aidan and Lyra painstakingly gathered each shard. Each shard revealed a new vision, another echo of the Aurora. The task was exhausting and fraught with peril, but with each shard, they were one step closer to their goal. During their time in the Shattered Realm, Aidan's bond with the Aurora deepened. He was learning to listen and understand the Aurora's whispers, to add his voice to the cosmic symphony. He was becoming a part of the Aurora itself. The Shattered Realm was a contrast to the midnight sun, a lesson in the consequences of unchecked power and greed. But it was also a lesson in resilience and hope. The echoes of the Aurora, captured in each shard, served as guiding stars in the desolate landscape. Aidan and Lyra gathered the shards in the Shattered Realm. As they prepared to return to the midnight sun, they left behind a land devastated but now hopeful. The shards they carried had the power to restore balance, a chance to mend what was broken. Their journey wasn't over yet. As they stepped through the mirror, back into the castle of the midnight sun, Aidan couldn't shake the profound effect the journey had on him. He was changed, his purpose and resolve stronger than ever. The echoes of the Aurora were not just whispers in his mind anymore. They had become a part of him, guiding his steps on the path of destiny. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 6, The Mending. Back in the midnight sun, Aidan and Lyra were greeted by the twilight's glow. The dark desolation of the Shattered Realm seemed distant, but the shards they carried were a tangible reminder of the devastation and the urgency of their mission. Upon returning to the castle, they immediately set to work on understanding the shards they'd retrieved. Each piece contained not just a fragment of the mirror, but also a part of the Shattered Realm's magic, history, and hope for restoration. Lyra helped Aidan navigate the delicate task of unraveling the essence of each shard, requiring a blend of magic and intent. Aidan's connection with the Aurora served as a compass, guiding him through the intricate web of magic each shard contained. The first few attempts were taxing. Whenever Aidan interacted with a shard, he was drawn into a vivid vision, a glimpse of the Shattered Realm's past. Aidan witnessed the realm's glory, its fall, and the struggles of its remnants through vivid visions. These were not mere illusions. They drained him emotionally and physically, leaving a profound impact. He felt the weight of their history on his soul. Aidan pressed on, despite the strain. Guided and supported by Lyra, he slowly mastered his control over the visions, learning to navigate the magic without losing himself. Each successful encounter with a shard took them one step closer to restoring the mirror and reaching their ultimate goal. Hope began to glimmer. Aiden grew stronger each day, his grasp of the Aurora's magic becoming more instinctive. He felt its rhythm, a melody resonating within. The Aurora wasn't just an external force anymore. It had become a part of him, and he, a part of it, their bond growing ever deeper and unified. Together, they were unstoppable. This newfound unity with the Aurora transformed Aiden's approach to the shards. He no longer saw them as separate entities, but as parts of a larger whole. He understood that mending the mirror was not just about putting pieces together, but about healing the Aurora and restoring a cosmic balance. In the heart of the castle of the Midnight Sun, under the watchful gaze of the intact mirror, Aiden worked tirelessly, his determination unwavering. Each shard he successfully deciphered brought a renewed surge of hope, its glow growing brighter as it responded to his touch, acknowledging its role in the grand scheme. As weeks passed, the shards gradually began to reunite. The once fragmented mirror started to regain its former shape, each mended section gleaming with the restored magic of the Aurora. It was a sight to behold, a beacon of hope in the vast expanse of the Midnight Sun. Aiden discovered the complexity of the mirror's magic, understanding its purpose and power. Each fragment contained stories that once brought the realm to life and now held the potential to restore it. As the mirror mended, Aiden felt a shift in the energy, a sense of balance slowly returning. Alongside the process of mending the mirror, Aiden's relationship with Lyra strengthened with every shared success. The hours spent unraveling the magic brought them closer. Their companionship offered comfort and solace amidst the daunting task. Lyra's unwavering faith in Aiden gave him the strength to continue, even in the face of fatigue and uncertainty. The mirror was finally complete thanks to their combined efforts and unwavering dedication, a true testament to perseverance and an incredible achievement that brought them a deep sense of accomplishment. The mirror now stood resplendent, a reflection of the Aurora's magnificence. Its surface shimmered with an array of colors, each ripple a testament to the magic it contained, and each gleam a promise of the restoration that was now possible. Yet their work was not done. The mirror, now whole, was a conduit to the shattered realm. It held the potential to channel the Aurora's magic and bring life back to the landscape. The final step of their mission awaited them, the restoration of the shattered realm. Aiden took a moment to appreciate the journey so far. From the humble blacksmith of Farrier's Row to the Aurora's Chosen, his journey had been extraordinary. The mending of the mirror was not just a physical task, but a personal transformation. Aiden was no longer just a vessel for the Aurora's will. He had become an active participant in shaping the destiny of the realms. With the mended mirror, the whispers of the Aurora were clearer than ever. Aiden could hear the echoes of hope, the anticipation of a new beginning. But underlying these whispers was a note of caution. The beast was still at large, the final adversary in their quest for balance. Aiden knew that the journey ahead was fraught with danger. Restoring the shattered realm would not be easy, especially with the beast looming over their efforts. Yet, he also knew he was ready. The mended mirror was a testament to his growth and determination. The Aurora's Chosen was prepared to face whatever lay ahead. Aiden gazed at the now mended mirror, shining with the Aurora's power. It no longer symbolized brokenness, but hope. Filled with renewed strength and determination, Aiden felt the Aurora's presence within, stronger than ever. As Aiden and Lyra stood before the mended mirror, They were no longer just two individuals from different realms. They were a unified force, bound by shared purpose and destiny. The Aurora's echoes reverberated, merging whispers of past, present, and future into a symphony of hope. With the mended mirror gleaming under the fading glow of the midnight sun, they readied themselves for the journey ahead. The restoration awaited, a task that would reshape a realm and determine the fate of the Aurora and all worlds beneath its celestial embrace. Each step carried the weight of hope and destiny. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 7, The Realm Reborn. Aiden and Lyra, having restored the shattered mirror, now faced a new daunting task. Bathed in the celestial glow of the Aurora, they stood ready to heal the broken realm. Reweaving the cosmic fabric demanded not only immense power, but also careful precision, testing every bit of their combined strength and skill. Failure wasn't an option. They pressed on. Aiden used the repaired mirror as a conduit to channel the Aurora's magic into the broken realm. He felt its raw power, a cosmic river flowing into the desolation. Each pulse of energy awakened the land, prompting it to respond to the Aurora's call. Slowly, hope seemed to return to the barren ground. Lyra stood beside Aiden, her magic merging with his in a powerful harmony. Together, their energies intertwined, forming a celestial symphony that amplified the Aurora's magic. Slowly but surely, the transformation began. The greying skies began to glow with vibrant hues, the stormy clouds giving way to a soft luminescence. Shards of ruined buildings started to align themselves, regaining their former shapes. The magic within the shards, once dormant, sparked to life, aiding in the reconstruction. Amidst the transformation, Aiden sensed the realm's essence reawakening. The barren ground sprouted tender shoots of grass, rivers began to babble, and the silhouette of a forest thickened with spectral leaves. It was as if the realm was waking from a long sleep, eager to return to life. Witnessing the realm's transformation was awe-inspiring and exhausting. The task demanded Aiden's concentration and stamina. But watching the realm gradually revive fueled his resolve. He was not just restoring a realm, he was reviving a part of the Aurora, a piece of the cosmic symphony that had been silenced. As the days passed, the realm continued to heal. Life returned in the form of sprouting plants, flowing rivers, and the emergence of magical creatures. The Aurora's whispers resonated throughout, a comforting melody that filled the air and earth. Yet, amidst the symphony of restoration, Aiden sensed an ominous discord, a dark note that was out of tune with the rest of the melody. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but unmistakably there. The presence of the beast still loomed over the realm, a shadow threatening to engulf the burgeoning light. This realization brought grim determination to Aiden. The task of restoration was not just about mending the realm, but also about confronting and vanquishing the darkness. He knew the ultimate challenge was yet to come. A confrontation with the beast was inevitable. As the realm continued to heal, Aiden prepared for the battle. As Aiden and Lyra continued their work, the realm around them bloomed. Buildings that had been mere fragments now stood tall and majestic. Rivers that had dried up flowed freely, and creatures that had been shadows now roamed with life. The magic of the Aurora seeped into every crack and crevice, mending the devastation, painting the realm with vibrant hues. During this period of reconstruction, Aiden spent his spare time in training, preparing for the confrontation with the beast. His understanding of the Aurora's magic had grown exponentially since he was chosen. He could command the celestial energy with newfound precision, channeling its power to heal, protect, and, if necessary, to fight. With each passing day, the realm resembled more and more of its former glory. It was a sight to behold, a testament to the resilience of the Aurora and the realms under its care. Yet, with every heartbeat of the reborn realm, the discordant note Aiden had sensed grew louder. The beast was not just a distant threat anymore, it was growing restless, its presence a malignant darkness on the horizon. Despite the looming threat, Aiden and Lyra did not falter. They worked tirelessly, bringing the realm back to life piece by piece. The task was immense, but their determination was unwavering. They knew that they were not just fighting for this realm, but for all the realms under the Aurora's celestial embrace. Finally, after weeks of toiling, the realm stood reborn. It was a sight of splendor, its beauty reflecting the power of the Aurora. As Aiden stood in the heart of the reborn realm, he felt a sense of accomplishment, but also a sense of responsibility. He was a part of this realm now, its protector and guardian, just as he was the Aurora's chosen. No time to bask in success. The beast's threat was imminent, its discordant roar growing louder daily. The final confrontation loomed. They had to face the beast, to fight for the Aurora and the realms it protected. Fear coursed through them, but they stood firm. Their courage would determine the outcome. With the reborn realm standing as a testament to their resilience, Aiden and Lyra prepared for the battle ahead. The Aurora's magic surrounded them with pulsating energy, a symphony of power and resolve. They knew the fight would not be easy. They were about to face a force of destruction that had shattered an entire realm. Yet they remained steadfast, their resolve unwavering. Aurora's echoes reverberated through the realm, whispering guidance that filled them with courage and determination. They felt the strength to face the unknown, driven by its ethereal call. As they stood on the edge of the ultimate confrontation, the weight of everything they had endured settled heavily over them. The stage was set, and the fate of all the realms hung in precarious balance. The air around them crackled with anticipation, the skies darkened, and the distant rumble of the beast echoed through the land. Aiden and Lyra exchanged a glance filled with determination. The bond between them forged stronger through every trial they had faced. They stood side by side, ready to challenge the beast, drawing power from the reborn realm and the Aurora's magic. The time had come to fight for the Aurora and the fate of the realms. With hearts steeled, they stepped forward, resolute and unafraid, knowing the destiny of all the realms rested solely on their shoulders. They would not falter, no matter the cost. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 8, The Beast Awakens. As the realms stood newly reborn, the discord Aiden had felt now erupted into a deafening roar. The beast, dormant for so long, stirred awake. Its dark presence pervaded the realm, tainting the newfound harmony with an ominous shadow. The threat was no longer on the horizon, it was here. Aiden and Lyra stood firm, hearts determined. They knew the battle ahead would be tough, but this was their destiny. They were Aurora's chosen, the final defense against the creature. Together, they embraced the challenge, knowing they could only rely on each other. From the shadows emerged a monstrous entity, shrouded in darkness so deep it seemed to devour the surrounding light. The beast's presence clashed violently with the serene symphony of the Aurora, disrupting the realm's delicate harmony. It was the embodiment of chaos, a creature born to destroy, leaving nothing but discord in its wake. Aiden felt the beast's raw power, its energy infiltrating the realm, jeopardizing all their efforts. But he didn't falter. He stood tall, his connection to the Aurora unwavering, its celestial magic pulsating around him. Lyra, standing by his side, mirrored his determination. They were ready to confront the creature, to defend the Aurora and its realms. The fight began with the beast lunging at Aiden with a ferocity that shook the realm. Its attacks were relentless, each one carrying the force of a tempest. Aiden deflected the initial onslaught, using the Aurora's magic as a shield. He could feel the creature's power, its hunger for destruction. The beast, though ferocious, was cunning and patient. It probed Aiden's defenses, seeking weaknesses. Each parried attack and narrowly avoided strike became a lesson, another piece of the creature's puzzle. Aiden knew he had to endure. Lyra channeled her energy into preserving the realm's harmony. She worked tirelessly to counter the beast's influence, its dark energy seeping into the realm. She used her magic to keep the realm stable, shielding its newly born life from the onslaught of the beast. Her role was crucial, balancing the fight against the creature and protecting the realm they had rebuilt. As the fight raged on, Aiden found himself pushed to his limits. The beast was a formidable adversary, its power exceeding anything he had faced. He could feel the strain of the battle, exhaustion creeping into his bones. Yet he stood strong, his resolve unwavering. Aiden was not just fighting for himself, he was fighting for the Aurora, for the realms under its care, for every life that relied on the celestial harmony and the balance of the universe. His conviction fueled his strength, allowing him to hold his ground against the beast. As the battle continued, a troubling realization struck Aiden. The beast was not weakening. Instead, it seemed to be growing stronger, feeding off the discord of the battle. Aiden knew he had to change his strategy. A straightforward battle might not be enough to defeat the beast. As the creature prepared for another assault, Aiden braced himself, ready to take the fight to the next level. Driven by his resolve to protect the Aurora and its realms, Aiden began to tap into the deeper layers of his connection with the celestial entity. The Aurora's magic coursed through him, growing stronger with each pulse, echoing his determination. He was not just a vessel for the Aurora, he was its chosen, its defender. As the beast lunged towards him, Aiden met its fury with calculated calm. The lessons he had learned during the fight, the creature's tactics and patterns, guided his actions. He met each attack not just with force, but with finesse, using the beast's momentum against itself. Meanwhile, Lyra was working tirelessly to counter the beast's corrosive influence on the realm. The darkness the creature spread was being held at bay by her relentless efforts. Her magic, harmonizing with the Aurora's, shielded the realm, safeguarding the newly sprouted life against the onslaught of destruction. Yet, for all their efforts, the beast seemed to be growing stronger, its hunger for chaos unquenched. It was a force of nature, relentless and unforgiving. Aiden and Lyra were faced with a daunting realization. They needed to not just resist the beast, but to defeat it, to quell its hunger for chaos and destruction. Aiden changed his approach, using the Aurora's magic for both defense and offense, no longer just protecting himself, but taking the initiative to strike decisively, turning the tide in their favor. Aiden focused his energy, channeling celestial power into precise strikes. Each attack was deliberate, every move calculated. He wasn't just defending anymore, he was taking the fight to the beast. The beast, startled by Aiden's unexpected change in tactics, stumbled. Its once relentless strikes hesitated, offering Aiden and Lyra a fleeting moment of reprieve. Though brief, it was crucial. This pause gave them hope, a fleeting but vital sense that they might overcome the beast. Their respite was short-lived. The beast, shaking off its surprise, returned with renewed ferocity, more aggressive and determined than ever. Yet Aiden and Lyra stood their ground, fueled by the brief taste of victory. They knew they had to fight until the end. The battle intensified, and the realm trembled under the force of their unyielding confrontation. There was no turning back. Yet, amid the turmoil, the Aurora's magic pulsed with a steady rhythm, a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming darkness. Aiden and Lyra stood firm, embodying that very hope as they faced the beast. The stage was set for the final confrontation. The beast, driven by its insatiable hunger for destruction, against Aiden and Lyra, the Aurora's chosen, determined to defend celestial harmony. The echoes of the Aurora reverberated through the realm, growing louder as its whispers urged them on, its magic surging with newfound strength. The climax approached, and with it, the fate of the Aurora and all its realms hung precariously in the balance. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 9. The Celestial Clash. Aiden, Lyra, and the beast clashed fiercely. The realm resounded with the beast's roars and the hum of Aurora's magic. Every blow marked the struggle between chaos and harmony, a battle of destruction versus creation, echoing through the air. Hope flickered in their eyes, urging them forward. Aiden, driven by his resolve to protect the Aurora and its realms, pushed past his limits. He dodged the beast's fierce attacks and countered with powerful strikes. Celestial magic flowed through him, serving as both weapon and shield, a beacon of hope against the encroaching darkness. He would not falter. The beast was relentless and unyielding. Each of Aiden's strikes only fueled its fury. Roars echoed across the realm as its dark energy grew stronger and more oppressive. It embodied pure chaos, a force of destruction that refused to yield. Aiden knew he had to find its weakness before it was too late. Meanwhile, Lyra struggled to maintain the realm's stability amidst the chaotic battle. Her magic pulsed in sync with the realm, countering the beast's corrosive influence. She was the balance, the harmony, the counterpoint to the beast's discord. Despite their best efforts, the beast's power seemed to be growing. Each clash, each discordant note, intensified its chaotic hunger. Aiden recognized that the beast was more than a creature of destruction. It was an embodiment of discord, thriving in the chaos of battle. This realization brought clarity. Defeating the beast wasn't about force, but harmony. Aiden shared this insight with Lyra, and his words resonated with her understanding of the Aurora's magic. They had to align the beast with the Aurora's symphony, bring it into balance, and quell the chaos within. Harmony was the key, not conquest, but integration with the magic. Aiden embraced a new strategy, shifting his approach. Rather than meeting the beast's fury head-on, he wove the Aurora's magic into his actions, turning their battle into an intricate dance. Every dodge and strike became part of a celestial symphony, each movement seeking to align the beast with the harmony of the Aurora. Slowly, the rhythm of conflict began to change. Simultaneously, Lyra started weaving her magic with Aiden's, harmonizing their energies. She was no longer just maintaining the realm's balance, she was actively contributing to the fight. Their combined magic resonated, forming a celestial melody that echoed across the realm. With their new strategy, the battle's rhythm shifted. Chaotic clashes turned into a synchronized dance, the discord fading gradually. Yet the beast resisted, its hunger for chaos still clashing with the emerging harmony of the Aurora. The balance was on a knife edge, the fate of the realm hanging in the balance. The final act of their battle was yet to unfold. Aiden and Lyra's combined effort filled the realm with a powerful symphony of celestial magic. The discordant roar of the beast began to fade, drowned by the harmonious melody of the Aurora. The celestial dance of attack and defense echoed across the realm, revealing the resilience and unwavering spirit of Aurora's chosen as they fought with courage and unity amid the chaos and harmony of battle. Victory seemed near, though challenges still lingered ahead. Still, the beast resisted. It thrashed and roared, its hunger for chaos insatiable. Despite their strain, Aiden and Lyra did not falter. Their movements, synchronized with the Aurora's rhythm, held the beast at bay. Their determination fueled the celestial magic, growing stronger with each passing moment. Amidst the escalating clash, Aiden saw an opening. The beast, disoriented by their harmonious assault, had left itself vulnerable. With a surge of resolve, Aiden channeled all his energy into one powerful strike, aimed at the beast's core. Lyra echoed his actions, weaving her magic into his strike, amplifying its power. Their combined attack hit the beast with a force that shook the realm. The beast roared, its dark aura clashing violently with the harmonious energy. The realm quaked under the impact as the celestial symphony crescendoed. After the strike, the realm fell silent. The beast, a former force of chaos and destruction, stood still. Its dark aura flickered, struggling against the harmonious energy. Slowly, the chaotic energy began to subside, replaced by a calm that echoed the symphony of the Aurora. The beast, tamed by the harmony of the celestial magic, fell into a deep slumber, its threat to the realm neutralized. Aiden and Lyra, exhausted but victorious, stood in the silent realm. They had not just defended the realm, they had brought harmony to a creature of chaos. The celestial magic of the Aurora pulsed around them, its symphony soothing after the battle. However, their victory was not without cost. The realm, though restored, bore the scars of the battle. It was a reminder of the discord that had once threatened its existence, a testament to the resilience of the Aurora's chosen. The landscape, now peaceful, showed signs of the immense struggle, with fractured earth and uprooted trees gradually returning to harmony. Aiden and Lyra knew that these scars would serve as a lasting reminder of their journey and the sacrifices made. The fight was over, but their journey was not. They had one final task ahead of them. The shattered mirror, the beacon of the Aurora, needed to be restored. As the echoes of the celestial symphony faded, Aiden and Lyra prepared for the final act of their quest. The restoration of the Aurora's mirror, the symbol of its harmony, was at hand. Together, they gathered the shards of the mirror, each piece glowing with the promise of unity. With careful precision and mutual trust, they began to piece it together, their combined magic weaving through the fragments, mending not just the mirror but the fabric of the realms themselves. As the final shard clicked into place, the mirror shone with a brilliance that illuminated their faces, reflecting the dawn of a new era of peace and balance. Aurora Chronicles, The Shattered Mirror. Chapter 10, The Shattered Mirror Restored. The victory over the beast left Aiden and Lyra with a sense of relief, but their mission was far from complete. The realm, now echoing with the Aurora's serene melody, still held the remnants of the shattered mirror, a beacon of harmony reduced to mere fragments. It was a stark reminder of the disruption that had once threatened the celestial balance. As the Aurora's defenders, they approached the task of restoring the mirror with reverence. The mirror embodied the Aurora, reflecting the cosmic balance it upheld. Guided by the Aurora's voice, Aiden and Lyra began gathering the fragments. Each shard vibrated with the Aurora's tune, responding to their touch with a soft hum. Piece by piece, they meticulously reassembled the shattered mirror. Each fragment found its place, aligning with the cosmic harmony. The process was slow and meticulous, testing their patience and resolve. Yet they did not falter. Restoring the mirror symbolized their journey, encompassing their trials, tribulations, and victories. With each fragment placed, the mirror gradually regained its former glory. The cracks and fissures began to fade, replaced by a smooth, reflective surface that shimmered with celestial magic. However, the mirror was not complete. A single piece eluded them, leaving a void in the mirror's harmony. Aiden and Lyra searched for the missing piece, but their efforts were fruitless. The realization dawned upon them. The missing piece was not a physical fragment. It was something more, something intangible yet crucial for the mirror's restoration. Following the Aurora's guidance, Aiden and Lyra reached into their hearts. The missing piece was part of them, a testament to their journey, their resolve, and an echo of the cosmic symphony they carried within. Reaching into the depths of their connection with the Aurora, they conjured the missing piece. It was not a shard of glass, but a pulse of radiant energy. They placed it into the void, watching as it merged seamlessly with the mirror. As the last piece found its place, the mirror pulsed with overwhelming energy. Celestial magic filled the realm, the Aurora's melody reaching a resounding crescendo. The mirror, once shattered, now stood restored, a testament to the resilience and resolve of the Aurora's defenders. But the final act of their journey was not yet complete. The mirror was restored, but its true power remained dormant. To awaken it, Aiden and Lyra needed to attune the mirror with the Aurora, harmonizing its rhythm with the cosmic symphony. Standing before the restored mirror, they reached out to the Aurora. Their hearts resonated with its energy, pulses in harmony. As the Aurora's defenders, Aiden and Lyra served as conduits, linking the celestial entity with the mirror. The realm held its breath as they focused their energies, channeling celestial magic that coursed through them with an intensity that filled every corner. The mirror, once dormant, began to respond, its latent energy stirring awake. Gradually, the mirror awoke, its shattered reflection starting to clear. It became a beacon of the Aurora, reflecting not just the realm, but the cosmic harmony it represented. Aiden and Lyra watched as the mirror's power fully emerged, a dazzling sight that radiated with the Aurora's magic. The reflection embodied perfect balance, echoing a harmonious melody. The realm, once chaotic, now resonated with the tranquility of the Aurora. Harmony prevailed, and discord was no more. A peaceful serenity now filled every corner of the realm. As they stood before the mirror, Aiden and Lyra felt a sense of completion. Their journey, filled with trials and tribulations, had led them to this moment. They had defended the Aurora, tamed a beast of chaos, and restored the shattered mirror. They had fulfilled their duty as the Aurora's defenders. Yet their journey was not over. As the Aurora's defenders, they had a duty to uphold the cosmic harmony. The Aurora's melody echoed in their hearts, a constant reminder of their responsibility. They were the guardians of the cosmic balance, the stewards of the Aurora. With the mirror restored, the realm embraced a serene calm. The Aurora's melody echoed gently, its tune a soothing lullaby that carried peace. Their journey had reached its end, yet for Aiden and Lyra it marked a new beginning. Their destiny as the Aurora's defenders was unfolding, and their adventure had begun. Standing before the mirror, the Aurora's whispers echoed in their hearts. They embraced their destiny as the chosen one's defenders of cosmic harmony, guardians of the Aurora. The shattered mirror was restored, but their journey was far from complete. Challenges still lay ahead, and the universe would need their light once again. The echoes of their journey lingered, promising trials and triumphs ahead. Guided by the Aurora's melody, they found solace in its whispers and strength in its magic, ready for whatever challenges awaited them. Aidan and Lyra looked out over the revitalized realm, feeling a profound connection to every living thing it held. The realm, once a canvas of chaos and despair, now blossomed with life and harmony, a testament to their courage and determination. They knew that the challenges ahead would be formidable, but together they were ready to face them. Their every step added a new chapter to Aurora's symphony, each choice becoming a note in the vast cosmic melody. They walked with purpose. The universe was listening. Their journey was just beginning, and they were ready. With a shared glance and a renewed sense of purpose, they stepped forward into the unknown, the Aurora's light guiding their path. The realms were vast and filled with mysteries, and as the Aurora's defenders, their mission was clear: to uphold the balance, to protect the harmony, and to ensure that the melody of the Aurora would continue to resonate through all corners of existence. Aidan and Lyra, hand in hand, set out towards the horizon, their hearts alight with the promise of new adventures and the unyielding strength of their bond. The Aurora's song echoed around them, a perpetual symphony of hope, resilience, and endless possibility.